Hello, everyone. I think we can start already. And yeah, again, hello and thank you for choosing my talk. Happy to have all of you here today. Amazing audience. And with this amazing audience, I want to discuss amazing things. Flutter, of course. We here at the Fluttercon. So what else we can discuss here? And animations. But I don't want to talk about technical stuff of animation, what to use, how to use, all these things uh, very well described in Flutter documentation. I want to talk about process of creation animation, and this process contains two sides, work of designers and work of developers. And those work separately from each other can be perfectly, but without normal process of cooperation between them, we cannot reach, let's say, frame perfect animation. Like we have pixel perfect design, and let's call this frame perfect animations. So let's discuss why we need this and how we can reach this. But before we start, let me introduce myself. My name is Mikhail Zotyev. I'm Flutter and Dart GD, organizer of Flutter Voronezh meetup community, author of my Flutter channel, and senior Flutter engineer at Walt. So probably too many words Flutter for last 15 seconds. But yeah, it's because I'm working with this technology since 2019. I really like this. So on the slide, you can see my contact. Feel free to reach me out on any social network which you prefer. And let's start. So what is animation? Animation, first of all, it's cinematic technique, and it allows to create movement image with a bunch of static image. And it works because our brain can merge, blend, concatenates a bunch of images in one if they change each other quite fastly. And times before cinema appears, centuries ago, it was already widely known and used. For example, here is zoetrope. It's a elder device, which is a cylinder with a lot of slits and images inside. So when it was spun, a viewer could look through slits and to see continue blended image which create an emotion. And this old school good animation still exists in our modern world. So for example, does anyone have Kyrgyz passport? No? So we don't have live demo then. So on the pages of this passport, there is an image of a horse, and this horse in a different position on every page, and if we turn pages quite fast, so you will see this horse is running. But of course, in modern world, this funny Easter eggs is not the way which we want to use animation, and we quite often use them for development, for application, game development, because it's make our user interface visual appealing and more smoothly understandable. We can build understandable workflow by providing user feedback. If you have a long list with, to-dos, and when a user complete the last one, it's a good idea to just collapse everything and play big check mark on top of this. We providing feedback that user action has a result. User can understand this. Also, we can provide user intuitively information. For example, so we have a list. On the both edge of this list, we need to say to the user there is nothing more. Like you cannot scroll anymore. And what we can do, so here's an example of iOS style technique. They use elastic linear elastic, so which works by Hooke's law from physics. So it's literally stretching material, which after you release this, going to idle position. So it's a realistic behavior which user familiar with. Similar with material for Android, we don't have the stretching, but it's a different type of material. If it's solid, what's happening if you pull something solid? It doesn't move, right? But you feel that there is a tension, forces inside this material. And this glow which we see I believe that it's some kind of representation of this tension in material. So can we make this unrealistic? Of course we can. I can shake the last item on each page, and I think it's fairly understandable for user that there is nothing more. And of course we can take user attention by animations. Widely used with different toast, notifications, and so on. So why do we need this? We're showing important information for user, and we want them to check this. Why we cannot show them in one frame this part? We need to be sure that the user catch this information. And nowadays we have quite big screens, so we use this motion to prolong time when user can catch this, and it works for our purposes. All those things work for purposes, and without those purposes, application looks poor. It's look unprofessional. So we need to use them. From other hand, if we put too many animations for every place and so on, it also doesn't work because they start racing with each other, and we cannot reach those purposes again. So it's not a trivial task to balance all these things and reach those purposes. And there is a special person who know how to do this. So motion designers, they thinking out every animation in the details, how to solve problem. And let's try to be on their shoes and solve some problems. First problem is I want to create animations, few of them, both showing a rabbit which is running. Quite simple, but they should be different. One is realistic and one is cartoon style. So I'm not motion designer, and if you expected that there will be no AI this talk, no, this will be once. Promise. I asked ChatGPT to create keyframes for those animations. And what we can see here, so first of all, it's different style of drawing. It's obvious and it's okay. But there is a small detail which make this more cartoon style, and it's intensivity of movement. If you check this, it's obviously not so intensive as it here, something like Formula One, rockets starting, flying. ChatGPT used this small thing to highlight this. And if we, I don't know, put the same intensivity, so amount of dust and earth flying here, you will definitely say it's not realistic, it's not possible that rabbit can do this. Small detail. And yeah, another example based on our open source project, World Model Sheet. And yeah, just next days, we prepare something new. Just be ready for this. And this is a model sheet which contains pages. And changing those pages, we can create for user some kind of workflow. And how to make user understand this workflow. Are we going forward or backward? And it should be independent from the content which we're showing to the user. Now it's easy because our real motion designer solved this problem. And the answer is quite simple. Let's imagine that I'm standing here with a book. And what I want to do is see next page. I do this. When I want to see previous page, I do this. And the content is moving from different direction. We just utilize this part, and we have here result. User can understand which direction we are by workflow moving. Oops, something happened. Okay, it's okay. Yeah. Maybe something here. No.
Maybe a charge.
Oh, the charge is good. It's still 70. I can disconnect, connect again. Okay. No problem. So yeah, all these small details, direction, intensivity, opacity, timing, all they are crucial details, which we developers should accurately move from animation which created by motion designer, and yeah, just want to play another game with you. Yeah, but it's a simple game. We will do what we usually do. So we try to implement this animation. Yeah. So how we usually get what we need to do from designers, like video, GIF or something. And based on this, we need to recreate this in our application. So yeah, I will try to do this. As we do in Flutter, we combine different widgets together to get UI. We can do the same for animation, combine different translation to describe animation. And to be honest, it's quite fast. I cannot catch anything, but it's video, so we can see the slow version of this video. No, this one, slow version of this animation. And here I can say that I see some kind of scaling up of this in appearing, and with the same time, it's playing around transparency, maybe from 0.3 to 1 with some kind of easing, which I don't know because it's not possible to catch it by eye. And after everything finished, we have this blinking animation of label, this one. So yeah, and it's scaling up to 1.1 and go back. So the best way, just implement those things and just try to adjust easing to get something similar. But as I said, it's not possible to get exactly those frame-to-frame result that we have in the video. So how to solve this? And here is a solution. This is motion specification, which our designers, motion designers, provide us to describe. And every valuable thing of this animation is already described. We have here translations, and I was wrong. It's just moving, not scaling. Alpha also, and it's not synchronized. It's just finished times earlier. We have here all this easing function which described for everything, and even custom animation which can has their own specification, for example, like this. So this blinking animation also was implemented, not just scaling to 1.1 or something. Sorry, yeah, for 1.1, but from 0.9 to 1 with a special curve, custom curve, which make this blinking. So how we can utilize this? For every animation, we have this specification. So we can use those things like every translation has active phase in which is changing and is describing here, and passive. And the whole animation time describing here. So we have a controller to control this, and then those translation can be described like twin sequence of double. Here is the active part, which we describe based on this description, like twin double from 16 to 0 and apply curve and so on. And we balance them by timing, which we also have here. So the question, I say that there is a custom animation, which also exists here, how to balance this, but it's also translation. So we can have a passive part, active part, and active part describing by this specification. So we just create those translation as a combination of those things like active and passive part, and then use those twin sequence, this animation, to control those concrete translation, concrete changes of, for example, alpha or scale. So let's check how it looks with the code. So first of all, let's check that animation look exactly that we want to. Pretty similar. And to do this, we just utilize those things as I described. So here a bunch of duration which we have here, a bunch of animations which describe every translation, and few controllers to entrance and for collapsing. And what we have here is like just initialization. We just accurately move those information from specification to our code. But to be honest, it's a bit dirty because like we do not operate directly with every of this animation, right? We just use them here, providing it to widget, but we control only those things. How it can be solved? We can encapsulate every animation in a separate class. So we extend it from animation controller, put every parameter which we need to operate here, define every animation which we need to operate here, and then only provide it like a contract. And everything is hidden here. So it's created. As I say, we do not operate this directly. And for using, we just providing it from interest animation. We have special translation, we have alpha and so on, and use it here. So code became really accurate from my point of view, encapsulated, and those classes is easy to implement because you have this specification. You just need to write things. It's even can be generated if it's quite often used. So yeah, I really like this approach, which that's why I decided to share it with you during this talk. So, and if you also like this, we have a lot of interesting things how we work at Walt in our career site, and also different position open quite often. So you can find them there. And here is a link to my channel that I mentioned previously. If you like exactly Flutter, so you're welcome there. Yeah, and that's it. Thank you for your attention, and I'm ready to answer your questions.